Yo, welcome back everybody. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. And this is What If Deku Was a Titan Shifter Part 4. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, and so have I. And because I'm going to be focusing on what if Deku had sun breathing and what if Deku was a Titan Shifter. This is probably what I'm going to be focusing on, and probably tomorrow or on Friday, What If Deku Was a Sun Breather Part 4 should be coming out. So don't worry about that, because I'm probably going to be focusing on these what ifs. But I'm also going to be doing a collab, so please wait up for that. And it's going to be like an hour-long thing, so you guys better be waiting for that. And I have one more thing to say. If you guys have any suggestions for Naruto what ifs or Dragon Ball what ifs, please don't be ashamed, or don't just tell me, because I don't want to just do what if like Deku. I want to do some what if Naruto's, what if Dragon Ball what ifs. I want to do some stuff like that. So if you guys have any suggestions, please don't forget to put that down in the comments. And other than that, let's get straight into the intro.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Okay guys, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into this what if. So last time where we left off, where Bakugo threw the ball and slightly was under his Deku's score as he's angry, as Deku just wonders what Bakugo's thinking of himself. Then everyone gets the same score, just like in canon, as everyone does pretty similar, except for Bakugo and Izuku, since they get like second place and first place, as Izuku gets first place and Bakugo gets second. And Uraraka still gets infinity on the ball throw, if you were wondering. And no one's gonna be getting expelled, so for all the people who want Mineta to not be in this story, sorry about it, but Mineta's gonna be in the story. Okay, so let's just pick off where we left off, when Aizawa told everyone that everyone passed and no one's getting expelled, as everyone sighs as they're relieved that no one's gonna get expelled. Especially Mineta, because he got the last score on the ball throw and basically everything there. When Aizawa walked away, he sees All Might. He stops right next to him and asks All Might how Izuku was able to get such power, as All Might didn't know how to answer this, not wanting to reveal the secret of One for All. So he told Aizawa that he was unable to tell him right now, but he'll tell him soon, as Aizawa nods and walks away. But Aizawa is still very curious. The next day comes by as All Might walks in through the door, yelling, "I'm here," as everyone sees him over dramatically walking through the door. But still, everyone is very excited seeing All Might. Then All Might pulls out a crate, telling everyone that their hero costumes are there, and telling everyone that they should meet him outside. Then everyone puts on their hero costumes and meet All Might outside. When they get there, All Might sees everyone's hero costume and applauds them, telling everyone that they look like real heroes right now. Then he looks at Izuku and applauds him more, as his hero costume uses some skin graphiting, so whenever he grows giant, he's always gonna have his hero costume on, as everyone is amazed at Izuku's hero costume. After All Might's done ranting about his hero costume and everyone else's hero costume, he starts to explain to everyone about the hero versus villain training. Then, everyone gets excited for this new training that they're going to be doing, as All Might spins the wheel and Izuku sees that he's with Uraraka, and that the villains that he needs to fight are Bakugo and Ida. As Izuku hears the name Bakugo, he feels unconcerned. He feels so concerned about this. He doesn't know if he can do it, as All Might calls over Izuku, telling him that he shouldn't be holding himself back just because it's Bakugo, and that he should show Bakugo that he's grown and that he can control himself, as Izuku nods, wanting to show Bakugo that he's able to control himself and that he's not a villain. As everyone gets ready, we switch to Bakugo's perspective, as Bakugo is so angry, as he feels like this is the perfect time to attack Izuku and finally eliminate him. as Izuku knows that Bakugo's gonna be coming to him. As he tells Uraraka that she should head up without letting Bakugo or Ida notice them, and that he's gonna be dealing with Bakugo because he knows that Bakugo's probably gonna be coming and attacking him. As the round starts, Bakugo immediately heads down to fight Izuku, as Izuku's just standing there waiting for Bakugo. But when Bakugo gets there, he sees Izuku standing, waiting for him, as Bakugo yells at Izuku, telling him that he's a villain and that it's his job to eliminate him. But when All Might hears this, he's concerned what Bakugo's gonna be doing. But then Izuku yells that Bakugo's wrong, and that he's trying his hardest to become a hero, and the incident that happened when they were kids was not his fault, as Bakugo laughs, telling Izuku that it was all his fault. Then Izuku remembers when he turned into a Titan and broke Bakugo's legs and was about to eat him. Then Izuku was about to fall into tears, but he shook himself up and snapped back as he shook his head and told Bakugo that he's wrong. At first, he thought it was his fault and that this quirk was a curse, but he sees that it's actually a blessing in disguise, as he'll be able to save as many people as possible, as he's not gonna become a villain. Then Bakugo laughs, telling Izuku that he'll never become a hero, and that the thing that he did to him all those years ago caused him so much pain and grief, and that he's never gonna forgive him in any of his lifetimes. Then Bakugo immediately rushed at Izuku and throws an explosion at Izuku's face. As the smoke cleared, Bakugo can see that Izuku's whole hand is covered in crystallization, as his whole face was unscathed. As Bakugo snarls, Izuku starts throwing punches with his crystallization armor. Then Bakugo gets angry, telling Izuku to show everyone his true self, his ravenous self, the one that almost killed him. Then Izuku yelled no as he turned on One for All full cowling around 20% and immediately blitzed Bakugo, as Bakugo was immediately pinned down. Bakugo was just confused in what was going on, as Izuku was still above him. As Bakugo gets angry, he starts putting explosions in the palm of his hands as it blows Izuku back. As Izuku gets up, he sees a grenade gauntlet straight in his face. As Izuku not knowing what to do, Bakugo tells Izuku that this is the final time that he's gonna see him, as he pulls the grenade pin. But before anything else could happen, Izuku immediately bites his thumb, turning into a Titan, as he destroys the whole building. As he sees that the nuke is like right there, as he puts his hands on it as he grabs it. Then All Might yells that the exam is over and that the heroes win, as All Might asks who the MVP of this match is. Momo raises her hands, excited to answer this. She answers by telling All Might that actually Uraraka is probably the MVP, since she didn't cause much of a ruckus to, hurt other civilians, unlike Bakugo and Izuku, who created so much rubble. And since Izuku turned into a Titan in the building, he probably could have destroyed the whole place. After Momo's done explaining, All Might is in awe in how Momo was able to figure that out so quickly, and is just wondering how smart Momo really is. After everyone's done doing their training, everyone's training is pretty much the same, as everyone gets the same scores. When everyone's leaving that day, Izuku walks home with Uraraka and Ida. When they're walking home, Izuku asks Uraraka and Ida if he was acting really reckless that day. Uraraka responds by saying that it's not Izuku's fault and that Bakugo was aggravating him, as Ida agrees with Uraraka, as Izuku feels a bit better about himself. As the next day arrives, Aizawa explains to everyone, telling them that they're gonna be going on a field trip to the USJ. Everyone gets excited and puts on their hero costumes and get on the bus. When they get on the bus, Kaminari starts to explain in how flashy everyone else's quirk is and how flashy his isn't, and that he wishes that he had another quirk, and points out Izuku, telling everyone that Izuku's quirk is probably the flashiest out of all of them. Izuku didn't know how to respond to this, as he didn't know if he's supposed to praise himself or thank someone, as all of a sudden the bus stops as everyone sees the USJ. As they were about to walk in, all of a sudden, Izuku gets a vision. Izuku sees himself in a dark place with his villain self, as his villain self starts chuckling, telling Izuku that the future can change, and there's always ways that things might change, and that he should always be ready. As Izuku's just confused what his villain self is talking about, as his villain self tells Izuku that he'll be leaving now. As Izuku starts to reach out for his villain self, but all of a sudden Izuku sees himself back, walking inside the USJ. As 13 started to explain what this place is, telling everyone that this is basically disaster zones where people can come and train here, and simulations of these disaster zones. As everyone's learning about it, Izuku walks up to Aizawa and tells Aizawa that he has a bad feeling and that he feels like everyone should go back. But all of a sudden, a huge portal appears, bigger than Izuku's regular Titan form. As all of a sudden, a huge... Okay guys, this is where I'm going to be ending off the video. If you guys like this video and you guys want a part 5, and also if you want to know what comes out of that huge portal in the USJ, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and everything that you guys can say. And other than that, don't forget to go check out my Discord, and I actually have something else to say right here. If any of you artists out there would like to make me a profile picture, I would be so grateful. You guys can contact me down in the Discord. I'll put a link to it. But there's also another way that you guys can contact me. I also have an Instagram that you guys can check out, but I'm not often on there. So if you guys DM me, I'll probably see it and I'll check it out. But any of you artists out there, I would be so grateful if you guys can make me a profile picture, because I feel like my profile picture is kind of generic. So if any of you guys would like to help me, please contact me and I'll give you guys the details. And I'm not gonna just give you guys this not giving you guys a reward. I'm gonna either give you guys a shout out or some type of thing that I can help you guys with. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys later.